and I would like to welcome you to the ApplyTexas application. The ApplyTexas application offers a one-stop shop for submitting applications to Texas schools. First, let's go to the ApplyTexas homepage. If you've never created an ApplyTexas profile or application, you need to click on Create Your Account Now. Filling in your profile will involve information you know, such as your name and address. Anything with the red asterisk symbol must have an answer. Enter your legal name, last, first, and middle as it appears on your birth certificate, passport, or other legal documents. Do not use nicknames or abbreviations. Use the pull-down menu to select the month and day of your birth and type in the year. Enter your city of birth. Select the state, possession, province only if you were born in the U.S. or Canada. Otherwise, leave the field set as Select 1 and select your country of birth. Use the pull-down menu to select your current grade level. If you are a U.S. citizen, answer yes, and continue to the next question. If you are not a U.S. citizen, additional questions will appear so that you can tell us more about your citizenship and residency. We recommend that you use a personal email address on your ApplyTexas account, as some school districts have security settings that will not allow students to receive emails from senders outside the district. The email address you enter on your profile will become your ApplyTexas account username. It will also be used by ApplyTexas in colleges and universities to communicate with you. A permanent address is required for setting up an ApplyTexas account, and it is important that it be complete and correct, including an apartment number if applicable. The state, possession, province field is used only for U.S. and Canadian addresses. A physical address is needed only if it is different than your permanent address. Enter and confirm the password you want to use on the site. After you successfully save your profile, you will see a message at the top of the page that shows your username, which is the email address you entered on your profile. After a new account is created or a profile email address is changed, ApplyTexas will send an email asking you to verify the email address. To create an application from this screen, use the Go to My Applications link. start a new application, you will click on the option labeled Create a New Application Now. If you have an active application, it should appear in a chart on this screen. You will then select Create a New 4-year or 2-year college application. This will take you to Create a New Application. Using the drop-down menu, you will need to select your target college or university. The application type should be Freshman US. You will then select your semester of entry. If you are unsure when you would like to start, you should select the earliest term you may want to begin. Once your application is completed, you will be activated for the term you selected in the 3 following terms. You will then be able to choose your major. These choices will differ based on the institution that you have selected. If you do not see your desired major or program, please check the institution's website or contact the institution directly. Once you hit Continue, you will be taken to the application checklist. This page primarily lets you know what else needs to be completed on the application. When you continue to My Application, most of page 1 will already be filled based on the profile information that you submitted. Again, anything with a red asterisk symbol is required. Although a Social Security number is not required, it is highly encouraged. Please double check to make sure all the information is correct and save changes before moving on. The second page continues with biographical information such as household size and income. Although most of the information is not required, it is always helpful to the institutions to have as much information as possible to make a decision regarding your admissions. On page 3, you will enter your educational information. If you are a student that has earned college credit while in high school, you will select Freshman with College Credit Hours and put the number of college credit you will earn by graduation in the box. Otherwise, select No Previous College Credit Courses. You will then indicate whether some of the credit was through actual coursework or only through testing. Next, you will enter the high school information. I would utilize the Find My High School feature so that you input the information correctly. If you have attended multiple high schools, then you will need to enter the information for those high schools as well. Unless you are attending one of the high schools that offers the IB program, select Yes, otherwise No. If you attended or are currently attending college classes, either through dual credit or correspondence, then you would enter the information regarding those colleges in question 4. Educational information continues on page 4. Select a pre-professional program like, for example, pre-law, pre-med, or pre-nursing if you plan to pursue one. Then indicate if you are going to seek teacher certification. Last, you will enter your senior classes, paying close attention to the input directions. If your senior classes change after you submit your application, you will need to inform the institution. If you have college test scores and you plan to share them with the institution, you can enter the information on page 5. You would still need to have them sent by the testing agency. For more information on whether to send your test scores or if test scores are required, you will need to contact the individual colleges or universities. You will then need to enter your residency information. Make sure to pay close attention to what each question is asking, as this may impact your residency status, cost of attendance, and financial aid eligibility. On page 7, you will input your extracurricular and volunteer activities. If you also intend to submit a separate resume, check yes. Remember, a paper resume cannot substitute for online resume information. If you do not include online resume information with the online ApplyTexas application, you will not be considered for scholarships that require this information, and you will not be able to return to this section to update once the application is submitted. Employment, internships, and summer activities can be added on page 8. Page 9 is reserved for custom questions. These questions will differ depending on the college or university. The next set of questions are for institutional scholarship opportunities. The information on this section will not affect your application for admissions. You can choose to submit your admissions application first and submit the scholarship application at a later date. You can also cancel an active scholarship application at any time. For the essay section, it is important that you follow the submission guidelines. In most cases, online submission is preferred. Use a plain text editor such as Microsoft WordPad to write and save your essays. At the time you submit your admissions application, you will have the choice to submit all saved essays with your application or to submit each essay individually later. Each institution will indicate whether an essay topic is required or optional. You can still complete an essay even if it's optional. If more than one institution to which you apply requires the same essay, you will need to submit the essay for each application for which it applies in order for it to be sent to multiple institutions. There is also the option to mail your essay straight to the institution. The last page is for certification and payment. You will need to check that you have read each certification statement. You will then select your payment method and pay. If you are requesting a fee waiver, you will need to contact the institution to which you are applying for their criteria for being approved a fee exemption. Then, you will indicate your essay submission preference. Make sure you check over your application prior to submission. You will not be able to go back and make changes through ApplyTexas once you have submitted. Here are some frequently asked questions for after you submit.